define customer satisfaction. You know what? Calling 1-866 Cambodia for a customer service offshore is not the same as walking into your business locally and getting personal service from you. But it's still called customer service. So understanding the difference, the differentiators between your customer service and what your competitors are offering is important. I grew up, our family business was a restaurant motel. Anyone remember the days when we used matchbooks for advertising? Remember the olden days? So ours, I mean, from the time, they bought that business around the same time as I was born. That's why I say I've spent my life in business. But these matches, when I was old enough to read, I wasn't playing with matches. They were on the counter behind the cash. And it said this: if you're satisfied, please tell others. If not, please tell us. And I didn't really get it. And Dad explained, you know, that you can ask somebody at the counter, how was your meal? And they'll say, oh, it was nice. Thank you very much. It was nice. And then they walk out the door and they run into somebody that they know, and the person says, oh, how was dinner? Ah, the fries were cold, the waitress was crappy. They'll tell everybody but us, even if we ask. You have to want to know the answer. Because again, so many business people, they don't really want to know the answer. They start defending right away. How can I fix something if I don't know that it's broke? So we have to encourage feedback from our customers. And we want to know if we're not getting it right. Don't get complacent. Take nothing for granted. Keep earning the business, always. Just because they've signed the dotted line doesn't mean they're going to stay with you forever because of your sunny disposition. And decommoditize the customer. You can have scorecards. Every time you talk to them, whether it's an actual sheet of paper that you check off or whether it's in the back of your mind, what are we judging ourselves based on? On a scale of 1 to 10, Mr. Customer, how are we doing with customer service? How do we do with delivery? You know, we're not trying to meet our expectations, we're meeting their expectations. And so are we meeting their expectations? The only way to know that is to ask them. But again, if they've already bought and it's just customer care, am I going back and I'm asking those questions? Many salespeople don't. Your competitors, many of them don't. That's why we build relationships. They become impervious to competitors. So scorecards, I talk about the customer's expectations. Some salespeople, to make the sale, to get the sale, they've set the customer's expectations here. Promise, 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 right? So now the bar has been set super high. So now, are we going to continue to disappoint the customer because we can't meet the expectations that were hit? Or do we need to adjust their expectations? Maybe their expectations are high because they just are demanding customers.